Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel, and welcome to my little friend, Mr. Rock. So in this video, we're going to be going through a free-to-play smithing method, which I went through last year, and it's actually one of the best performing videos from last year. Now, this used to be the absolute king of AFK smithing. We're going to look at smithing rune darts, arrow tips, and bolts. Now, ever since the smithing update, where they updated mining and smithing last August, this method hasn't been as good, but if anything, it's even easier than what it used to be. Now, because of the way they've sort of made the ability to make all option when making smithing projects, this is even more AFK than what it used to be. And because it's been a little while, prices have slightly amended to what they used to be, and it's still one of the best ways to make AFK profits on a free-to-play alt. Yes, you heard that right. You do not need members to do this method. Now, a little disclaimer before we get started. You can smith dart tips in a free-to-play world. What you need to do first is actually have been a member before and completed Tourist Trap. Once you've done Tourist Trap, you then have the ability to make darts in free-to-play. And because of that, it is something which is kind of locked behind free-to-play. However, bolts, especially because of the demand on Onyx bolts and how good of a sort of fletching method it is, bolts are catching up in terms of profitability, and sometimes they can outperform dart tips. So just because you don't have the ability to do dart tips doesn't mean you can't do this method. It just means you're more reliant on the other two, but you can still make some really good profit with it. So the most important thing to do, and again, we're going to check out Adamant and we're also going to check Rune. If you haven't seen my video on the profit of bars at the minute, please check it out. I'll make sure it's in the corner of the video, and that'll explain why I'm trying to put a mithril bar in for this price. So to do this, we need to check the base price of the bar. So to buy a rune bar and also an addy bar, we know roughly where we are in terms of GP and profit as well. So a rune bar, nice and conveniently, is going to come in at a price of 6,800 coins. We love a nice flat number. And then next up is going to be an adamant bar. So adamant bar, I would only sort of recommend doing dart tips if you are able to. The 5.6k for an addy bar, we are loving these flat prices because they make it so easy. So before we're going to go smithing, again, the smithing interface is really good now. They've done a fantastic job with the smithing rework. I'm a very big fan. It gives you a grand exchange price, but what I want to make sure is that the items we're going to go in smith are at the grand exchange price, or if they're massively over or massively under. So we've actually already checked the arrow tips. They are 160, so they are actually over mid price. So we're also going to check the runite bolts. So a runite bolt unfinished is going to come in at price at 262, 261. So that's a round price, and a rune dart tip is going to come in at a price of 371. So compared to the heights of 800 GP, they are not there anymore. 370 is where we're going to be in terms of that price. So again, possibility to make some really good work, GP with this. And then finally, a adamant dart tip. So this is going to be 316, and this is going to be at 300 GP each. So that's pretty good in terms of prices. 300 GP for an adamant dart is actually quite good. So let's go to the smithing furnace in anvils, and then we can talk through the method and what the plans are for us anyway. So I'm going to hop to a free-to-play world just to make sure that I've not lied at the beginning that you can do darts on a free-to-play world. You definitely could when I last did this. You never know with Jagex, it could have done a little hot fix. So let's go and hop worlds really quickly. So we'll go to world 11. Right, so we are going to deposit bars first of all. And if you're members, there's still no reason why you can't do this. This is a great way to AFK, one of my favorite ways to AFK. And I actually made an account just to do this method. So as you can see here, arrow tips are going to be 75 at a time. And dart tips are going to be 50 as well as bolts. So as you can see here, this is the grand exchange price, and this is going to be something you can base your profits off. So at a minute, these dart tips are going to make 18,000 coins for the 50. Once we take our bar price away of sort of 6.8k, we're going to make about 11k profit per bar, and then when you think about 11k profit per bar smithing, it's actually really good. And when you can see how AFK it is as well. Now, to do adamant, you're going to be roughly about... Now, to do adamant, you do require level 40 smithing. And to do rune, you require level 50 smithing. So if you get to level 40, adamant's quite a good way to get to that level 50. You could do adamant dart tip. So if we go to adamant, same sort of thing here. If you click onto the adamant dart, we're going to get 15.8k back, which is just under 10k per bar, which again is really good when you consider how AFK it is. Now, I talked about it earlier on that you can now sort of put out as many bars as what you want. Just be careful, because there was a glitch where it made more bars than what you could hold, and it put your projects on the floor and you lost all the XP out of those projects. Hopefully they've fixed that now, but it still happens occasionally on 7-Day Bond whenever I do it. really annoying. But just for the point of this video, we're going to make 7 projects. So what really helps with smithing is if you have the level to sort of heat it 100% quicker, and then that's how you can automatically heat them all to 100% like I just did. Sometimes you might have to run back and forward to the forge, or if you want to be full AFK, you can just do it low heat and just crack away. Once you finish these bars as well, you don't actually need to run to the forge. You can just click on the smithy anvil, or also to open the smithing interface, and then you can make some more bars from that point as well. And then you can just get smithing there. So you don't have to actually, once you finish all your bolts, run back and forward to the forge. You can just click on the anvil and then make your bars from there. Again, all these little tweaks which I did with the smithing update really did come in quite nice. So not only is the projects now, once you finish one, you follow straight on to the other. So there's no need to click the anvil after every single project. But the things that you can like redo your info from the anvil, and that again, it's nice in AFK. So again, if you're a member, if you're looking to train your invention, use your invention hammers. Really good way to train some invention. But just look at how AFK this is. I'm not having to touch the mouse or anything. You just simply let the character go and it will do the full info. So if you're looking for a work AFK, which gives you upwards of about 15 minutes pure AFK, I've done this before where I've left the accounts to go and smith a full info, and it's logged out before it's completed the full info. That's how AFK this method is. That's how much AFK time this method gives you. And you're thinking every single bar, every single info which you're doing, you're making money. Now, this used to be quite comfortably like 5 to 6 mil per hour. And that was with the old prices. So I'm thinking at the minute and looking at the wiki and stuff, I think Rune Dart Tips, especially in this economy with double XP as well, now's a very good time to do this. And especially as well if you wanted to train your double XP on smithing with some AFK time. It's a really good skill if you need to do other stuff, you need to do homework, want to play another game, want to play another console, anything. This is a really good thing to be doing on the side. You can make roughly like 3.5 mil per hour in a minute with dart prices at the price they are. And again, it's just such an easy way to train smithing. It's a really easy way to make some profit. I actually have Escaping Free to Play, one of the very old series we did last year, where we went from non-members all the way up to 2 to 3 weeks in members. And one of the ways he made a lot of money was doing this method. And I still log on to him now to do this method as well, because it's still very consistent. It's still probably one of the best non-members AFKs currently available. In smithing, and especially when it's related to fletching, will always print money. If darts ever crashed, and bolt tips are linked to the price of Onyx bolts and the out price of Onyx bolts as well, so they will be going nowhere. But again, just wanted to wrap that up. As you can see, the account's still rattling through these bars. I'm going to finish these bars off in Fire and the Grand Exchange. Really good way to make some GP on a low-level smither. If you're free to play, if you're looking to break into that members through gameplay, this is a great way to build your cash up, because you can just make AFK profit. And especially if you're someone who's got a lot to do on the side as well, this is what I would do for a skill. I'd put this at the same level as a Ghostly Souls, Archaeology AFK, and definitely one to fit in with working as well. If you wanted to train your smithing, yes, it's not the quickest smithing XP in the world, but it's pure AFK and it's GP making as well. However, I'm going to finish the video there. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, please make sure to leave me a like, subscribe to the channel. Again, one of my favourite ways to smith, and definitely going to be involved in the brand new free-to-play series coming to the account. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.